Welcome to the Audit 15 Fun podcast. My goal of this podcast is to bring relevant internal audit topics to the table at least every 15 days. Today, I have the honor to have as my guest my friend Alex Rühle. He's the CEO and co-founder of ZAP Alliance, a very innovative audit transformation shop in Germany. Welcome, Alex, to the podcast. It's an honor to have you on again.
Jon, thanks for the invitation. Good to be
Yeah,
here again.
yeah, absolutely. So you were on the podcast as a solo participant, solo guest a while back, and then you joined a little bit earlier this year in a duel with Darren Roberts from the UK and talking about AI. And I know that's a topic that you're very passionate about. And I know that another topic that you're very passionate about is just audit in general and the new IPPF that's coming out. So I think one of the things that you're trying to do in your work is combine the two, AI with the
Yes.
new IPPF that's about to be the comments for the new IPPF are soon going to be closed here at the end of May. So can you kind of tell us about some of the work that you're doing around that?
Yes, of course I can. It's a pity to follow you and others on LinkedIn, Hal and Norman, and they are all already commented a lot about the IPPF draft. And I don't know about you, John, but reading these 108 pages, uh, I'm a lazy. In the end, I'm a lazy guy, and whenever I am lazy, I'm getting creative, and I'm passionate about AI, you know that, and I am aware that it is important to read, and all these comments scare me to something for the profession, for the future of the profession, because if you are in the AI field as I am and see what is currently happening, these changes are so fast out there. The battle between OpenAI, so ChatGPT against Google, this bot, and since last week, um, really cool, the the third party came in, being the open source community, and they declared officially war on the other two to have an open source alternative to ChatGPT because all the data goes to the cloud. So
Mm-hmm.
in those times, I'm trying to get my head around daily business, all the news and the speed of AI. And then I need to read 108 pages of IPPF draft.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you there, Alex, because I think we're all busy professionals. I mean, kudos to those who have read the draft. I I I read parts of it. I read commentary, a lot of commentary around the draft from Hal Garin, Norman Marks, Richard had an
Yes.
excellent article that he
Oh, yes.
co-authored, published with Audit Board. Excellent article on the topic. So, but yeah, I'm with you. It's like 108 pages. It's kind of like, sorry, but I don't have a whole lot of time to digest that, those number of pages within, the time frame that we needed here. But anyways, maybe it's an excuse, but like
N-
like there's a better way to do that, and I think you've been playing around with AI and ChatGPT, and maybe you can talk to the
yeah,
listeners about what you're doing there.
I will, but let's let's take a step back and take this as a first feedback. And I will give my feedback officially. Of course, the usability is underperforming. Just imagine end of year, everyone is working with ChatGPT and all these bots over the year. And the IIA is issuing 108 pages usability for young professionals, for busy people. Come on, no one will use it. And the key purpose of the IIA should be to enable their customer centricity, to know what's in there and to apply it in their daily business. And that actually was my thought. So this is the first feedback I give. Yeah, that was my thought. Let's connect. an LL large language model, a ChatGPT, to a PDF document. And of course, in this case, the IPPF draft of the standard. So the first thing I done, I have ChatGPT Plus, and I open it up and I tried to copy paste the PDF in there, and it didn't work. I failed.
Yeah, too many words.
Too many words. The tokens, it's too much. Then it was like 4 or 6 weeks ago. I said, oh, shoot, it doesn't work, but I want it to work. So I got back to my data science team, to Professor Nick and to Amir, and told him about it and said, let's play. Intellectual playfulness is about having a specific problem and simply, yes, taking the time off to play this technology and a specific solution. So what we've done is we've taken a model called Llama, which is from Meta, Facebook. This is their model, which they make open source already, and gave it to the researchers. And those researchers needed to apply for it, and they approved it. Somehow it appeared on the internet, on the model. So the open source community used it, and it's now available for everyone. So we used the model Llama, which enables us to connect whatever source document. It could be a PDF, it can be a YouTube video, it can be an internal data lake, it can be your knowledge base from your company. We can now connect it to a large language model. And so far, and this is what I'll show you in a second, so far it is connected to OpenAI. It's not ChatGPT, it's like an interface to OpenAI. And we can select different algorithms to run. Not as neat, not as perfect as ChatGPT, but this is not about being perfect yet. It's about playfulness and going the first step.
Right. That's interesting. So you're saying basically with what you and your team worked on, you're able to connect, for example, the challenge was IPPF, 108
Yes.
pages, copy paste to ChatGPT, maximum words, couldn't do it, couldn't analyze it. You wanted to analyze it somehow. So you're able to connect the PDF to this technology that you're working on with your team. Is that
Yes.
kind of a good summary, or did I miss anything?
Yeah, we did it already. I show you. Promise, I show you. We did it, and we also connected some sample invoices. So AI is able to read and understand. AI is about giving data context.
Interesting.
So we connected also the PDF documents too. So just think about the use cases. I'll come back to the IPPF, but this is what makes me think. We are discussing about must-have procedures, like a ton of it felt when analyzing the document. And on the other hand, AI is disrupting. I mean, not in theory. I can show you now how it works. It is disrupting our business. Let's give you an example. Just imagine you are able to give all the PDF documents that you have attached to your ERP system, to your accounting as document, and tell the AI, look, this is a document, that's the posting to it. And you do that for 3 years. And now imagine a new PDF comes in. It's a piece of cake for any AI to forecast the debit to credit statement based on your past. What does it mean for the accounting function? What does this technology mean to our own business? And this is happening at the same time we care about on how we basically put handcuffs on us auditors in a world that is rapidly changing. This is dangerous.
Right. Yeah,
It is dangerous.
There's a lot of people. There are a lot of people who will agree with that statement, Alex. I know a lot of audit leaders who like, is this time the right time to be thinking about standards when there's so much change going on with artificial intelligence? I want to go back to one thing, and you did mention that you're going to show here,
Yes.
and but I do want to go back to one thing. So does it only work with PDFs, or does it work with other file types? Can it be like that OCR, optical character recognition, or is it just with text-based type of documents?
So Llama gives you the opportunity to connect whatever type of input. For example, we also, the second thing, we tried with PDF first,
Mm-hmm.
and then Amir, our data scientist, thank you, Amir, by the way, cool guy, um, he played with YouTube videos. You can enter in our bot any YouTube link.
Mm-hmm.
And because YouTube transcribes every video, that text is given to the AI, and you can ask any question you like. It's incredible. Today, happening on our, not before we talk too much, let me show.
Yeah, sometimes it's better to see
Yeah,
versus describe.
let's do it. Let's do it. Can you see that? So
Yes, yes.
this is on Streamlit app, but we have also a version officially available. So anyone who wants to try this, please shoot John and myself a PM, a personal message, and we'll give you the link and the option to go in there. Okay. So this is the chatbot for audit and compliance. And we have two assistants yet, as you can see that in the upper left corner, a document assistant and a YouTube assistant. YouTube is playing, but let's assume, let's start with the document assistant. We have a certain amount of documents behind this. And the document is, you can read it here. We have an invoice demo in here. We have the IPPF standards in 2017, because you can, of course, you can compare one document and the content to the other one. We can try
Nice.
that. We have the German Institute of External Auditors, IDV called, issued how to audit ChatGPT and what external auditors should do. What we can do, we can actually collect a whole bunch of documents about everything that is of help to internal auditors. We can collect them in such a bot and connect it to a large language model and ask it a question, okay? So you can actually view it in here. And what we then do, hi, ask me anything. And we've given here, for example, let's use the global internal audit standards, yeah? And we can enter a question. What is the structure of the document? I mean, of course, this is not, you can see that in any, presentation of the IIA, which by the way, I'm now in Slovenia, and the beautiful Bled. And the IIA Slovenia just had an international conference yesterday, and Kathleen from IIA presented the IPPF.
Mm-hmm.
And there were some questions from the audience, and which made me think about how they will treat our feedback, by the way, because they already anticipate a lot of feedback and started to review and said there is feedback from single persons, but that feedback might not stand for the overall community, because who says that everyone not commenting is not automatically agreeing to our draft?
It's a different perspective.
That is a unique perspective, let's say.
Yeah.
To say the least.
Or
So
maybe they're,
yes.
like us.
So for example, I just asked that question, and you see purpose of internal audit, ethics and professionalism, you get a straight answer from the LLM. Yes. And then you can go into and say the next question. What, and do not, this is draft, this is playing, yeah? what do I, as internal auditor, have to fulfill in audit planning? Based on the document sent. Now the question is sent again. And it is more about, and this is what I mean, the moment, independent of all the feedback is now generating, independent of all the feedback that we are giving, and let's assume that do a second and a third round of public feedback and updating. The moment it is online, it is outdated. The moment it is online, AI has already moved at a pace. So we should think about more of what is the design that the head of internal audit, what audit managers and junior auditors, for example, what do they need at which time in their audit phases? And how can we as a profession provide them with good support? For example, I love it already. You ask a question and you know what? I haven't confirmed it. We need to confirm the answers to the hallucination. The hallucination of AI needs to be prevented, and you can prevent it by fine-tuning these large language models. This is what a data scientist does.
Right.
And fine-tuning in this case is only give me answers that you know is in the document.
Gotcha. So you're kind of testing the waters first, and then.
Of course, yes.
Yeah, that makes sense, because I've noticed that with ChatGPT sometimes, depending on the question, it provides a nonsense answer. So you have to take it with a grain of salt. So good.
Yes, but
good point.
Hallucination is not a bug; it's a feature of AI. Meaning, it's supposed to be creative. That is what is built in these models. And whenever they don't have an answer, for example, ChatGPT, as of last week, did not have a connection to the internet. Yes, I do have the beta version of internet connection now, and it works brilliantly.
Yep.
This week it came out.
Yes,
this week it came out. So then the AI is not hallucinating anymore because they have an option to search somewhere else. So the future of AI will be the LLM will be the large language model will be the central entry point for you as a user. And the large language model will decide which app in the background to use. Use an internet browser, use some mathematical tool, use an email software to write an email. Whatever it takes, it will be the management of your inquiry. And having that in mind, John, now going back to how can we provide service to the audit community out there as Institute of Internal Auditors globally. We cannot think in new IPPF this year without AI. We simply can't. Of course, you can have a different opinion.
Yeah. I mean, I 100% agree with you there. So no, I do. So let's review the answer here really quick.
Yes.
Obviously the audience is going to be able to review in the video here, but establish audit objectives, identify risks associated with audit objectives, develop a plan, develop programs, monitor and report, evaluate and document the results. Okay. Can I ask my question?
Go for it.
All right. If you go up there.
Should I ask the AI? Let's do it.
Yeah.
What do you want to know, John?
Let's say, what is the mission of internal audit as described in that document there?
That should be a pretty straight answer, I would. So please, we have not tested this together. We just met today, Friday, for me, Friday afternoon.
We're experimenting.
yes, we're experimenting, and we are trying to make everyone like itchy fingers, and I want to do it on my own.
To provide independent, objective assurance consulting, design of add value, helps the organization accomplish objectives. Okay. Okay. Interesting.
So, in a nutshell, our feedback could be, why isn't the document 1,000 pages long? I mean, it doesn't matter for usability if a document is 109 pages or 1,000 pages. It's the same. It's pest or cholera. It is the same. If you have an AI, you can put the entire knowledge of our profession into one or multiple documents. It doesn't matter, and provides that information to an LLM to answer whatever question you might have about internal audit.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned that you can compare two documents, right? With this.
Yes.
Can we compare the draft to the IPPF 2017? I'm putting you on the spot here, Alex.
Sorry. Yeah. You know what? I can't do anything wrong. It is the judgment of the two of us to judge the feedback of the AI. So it's not my fault.
Blame it on the AI.
No, blame it on the weatherman. I mean, come on. We need to improve and compare it to the mission statement of the 2000 of the document IPPF 2017. It is a little more complicated for these prompts to do. Let's see if it works than ChatGPT. And it's not as fast, but GPT-4 is also slow. By the way, doing such in the background, we have a connection to OpenAI, and we are using a Da Vinci model that's comparable to GPT-3. So this is not GPT-4 yet.
Okay.
We applied for it, but we didn't get authorization yet to do it. Let's see.
Looked like it went pretty fast to me.
Is based on the document, is to provide independence. Yes, the mission is similar to the mission statement of IPPF, which states that internal audit provides assurance and consulting activities to add value and improve the organization's operations. I am not quite sure about that. Straight.
Yeah, grain of salt, right?
Yes, grain of salt. This is a good one. Maybe I didn't spell it correctly. Give me a second. Let's redo this. And this may demonstrate to you. IPPF Standards 2017 English. This is how we should call it. Let's do it again.
Perfect.
It was this. Let's do it more. Let's do it again.
Okay.
Yes, and now imagine having, I like to compare GPT-3 models like Da Vinci to GPT-4. One is kindergarten, one is university professor. It's great. So
Right.
imagine having GPT-4. So it's not a question what that bot can do today. It is a question of time to improve and to play and to see the limitations of the technology yet.
No doubt about that.
And
Yeah.
having an imagination. As I said, the open source community has declared war on the other two. And they are already, with the latest Hugging Face is the algorithm of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, Streamlit is doing it again. And it basically pushes everyone, like in a true fight, to perform at its best. And the teams are pulling out. Google last week already announced all Google Office apps will become AI by end of the year latest.
Yeah,
I mean,
enable.
Microsoft enable them. Microsoft did the same. So we are truly, we are profiting from it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like you mentioned, ChatGPT, now it's connected to the internet, and
Yes.
Google Bard was connected to the internet prior to ChatGPT. So
Yes.
I'm sure that was a push for ChatGPT to get that out to the public.
So is to provide to enhance and protect organizational value by providing risk-based and objective assurance. And now he got the right answer.
Okay,
This is what I meant. Still, we need to be very straight in the prompt when it comes to defining the document we're looking for.
right. It's all about the
And you
question.
see, huh?
It's
All
all
about
about
the
the question,
question.
right?
Welcome to internal audit. It's
Yeah,
all about
yeah,
formulating right questions.
absolutely.
So this was a live demonstration how we fail, adjust, and having a better answer. But we still need to apply professional judgment. This is still up to the auditors. And I've said so many challenging things to the new draft document. Let's say one positive thing. Assurance is still the key of internal audit. Yes, building and consulting. I like the ABC model of Dr. Rainer Lenz, by the way, a
Hmm.
lot, because I believe in an ever-changing world, it is about internal audit to provide the service and the product, when you call it, so-called product, that provides the highest value to the company. Assurance, on the one hand, is there to provide trust. And if we provide assurance engagement, management and the board and executives need to have trust in our work.
Hmm.
In order to do that, we need high standards to do not risk the trust in us. However, when it comes to building and consulting engagement, any limitations, let me call it again, handcuffs,
Yeah,
are counterproductive in an ever-changing world. That simply cannot work. And the current statement is not clear enough to differentiate the requirements based on engagement type. And you only need the 3 engagement type. 2, if you like. I love building. This is the new insight of internal audit.
hmm,
Assurance, building, consulting, ABC model.
yeah. I mean, no arguments from me there, Alex, because I think I agree with 100% with what you just said. Assurance is the comfort, right? Like the comfort that you
Yes.
give into to the executives, to the board, to everybody who's part of that governance process, and building and consulting. We can't have those handcuffs. So I really good stuff. I do want to call out, like you mentioned at the beginning of the episode here, other professionals who are watching, listening to this episode here, to contact Alex or myself and get access to this um, tool that Alex and his team created. I think it could be very useful in internal audit, comparing policies or, I think the
Yes.
applications here are numerous. We're just showing the IPPF as an example. Um, we're going to do a follow-up episode, Alex, but for now, I
Will
think we
do.
can, yeah, we'll do a follow-up. I'm sure questions will come up and we'll cover them in a follow-up episode, but I really appreciate you being on the podcast today. Thank you so much, Alex.
You're welcome, John. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.